Let me tell you, we've been here since Monday. This race department and the groomers and the whole staff here has just been right behind getting this hill prepped.
It for sure give me some confidence going in knowing that I won the last event, or the first event at least.
I'm excited. We've heard a lot about last year's race and how it was super icy, but we got some fresh snow.
Yeah, I think a lot of people here are mostly slalom skiers, and so I think a lot of people haven't been on GS skis in a while, so everyone's feeling it out today.
It's just take it step by step. I'm happy with my skiing. It's been quite consistent. Of course, I'm doing mistakes here and there, but I'm just excited to ski and try to get as far as I can.
I'm done for today. I was up there in the start. Then finally I decided to pull out.
Snow just gave out. I fell forward and then through the gate and then off the jump. Berlin.
I've never felt my knee blow like that. Everything. Almost the whole thing's gone.
I think the course is in decent shape, and it's a couple problems to solve.
All right, and number one today, number one of the tour coming into this race weekend and stretching it out, Richard Solberg.
We're not supposed to be out here. Outside expectations. Built for the outdoors. With the capability to climb this high, we're not supposed to be out here. Which is exactly why we are. The off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders.
Welcome to Taos, a place guided by our fierce independence and confluence of cultures, and further emboldened by our connection to Mother Nature. A place that challenges itself to be better, not bigger, to preserve the essence of winter. From electrifying our fleet to improving the health of our forests, we strive to be better for the good.
Buy Tough. Call for the store. The store is due. Tough. Buy Tough.
For the best deal on the best shed or garage, visit toughshed.com.
So lots of new snow here at Bear Valley. The guys have done an incredible job getting the surface prepared. And then, of course, last night we picked up another several inches of snow. So put the cat on it, move the snow off the course. So we bumped the start back to 12:45. The men will lead off. We'll start with a round of 16 for the men, the Bear Valley Pro Open. And then the women will be put into the field once we start the round of 8. Should be super exciting. Bluebird Day. Track's going to be a little challenging on the bottom here, a little bit chunky, but the top looks pretty good.
Basically, we got here this morning. We were hoping to side slip all the steeps off with the new snow that we got, because it's really nice and icy underneath, and we thought with all the bodies we could side slip all the snow down to the flats. Then the cat was going to come in and clean it out for us. But the snow was so heavy, and there was probably 9 inches up here and 4 to 6 on the lower pitches. With the manpower, even if we had 100 people, there's no way we could have cleaned it up. So we got a cat on there, which you really don't ever want to do, because you don't know if they're going to get down to that hard surface and ruin it. They did not, but we have a lot of cookies, we call them, up on the snow. They were almost a foot in diameter when we started side slipping, and now with the sun and everything, they're getting down to more baseball size. And now the athletes are doing high-speed slips through the courses that they're going to start on, and we're trying to get down to that firm layer. So that's why there's a delay. We're doing our best. All the athletes are still happy. They know everyone's working hard so they can race and make some money. And we're going to do our best and roll with a good race today.
It's going to be a very good skier that's going to win today. It's very challenging.
It's very challenging.
Well, we got a foot of snow overnight, so that does its thing. And so you have to go in with the machine and push all the new snow out. So it's definitely chunky and not very hard and not very consistent, but it's ski racing, so we gotta adapt to that.
I'm feeling good, you know. California is always nice. I have only good memories from last season's race here, Bear Valley. After Aspen's race, I was back home in Austria. We had really good training, nice weather, warm. Now we are here in Bear Valley's race, so looking forward to it. I wasn't really happy with the Aspen results, it was a little tough for me, a little frustrating. I didn't really know where I lost, the last hundreds and the speed. If I would do big mistakes and stupid skiing, then it's easy, and it's my fault. But it was a kind of hard, but Aspen, it's gone. It's already history, and we're looking forward for Bear Valley's race. It's completely different. The hill, the course setting, everything. It's more like you have to ski, You have to show what you can do. This course, it's like steep, flat. Jumps are going to be big, I think. And you really have to show your skills, what you can do. And yeah, well, it depends on the snow condition. I hope it's going to be good, hard, firm, that I really can show my 100% I have, and not just like 70% trying to survive somehow. So I'm strong, I'm powerful with my skis, equipment, cashless skis, they're all working so good on hard snow. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's pretty much the same like every day when we go out for skiing, for training. I just try to do the same things, moving the body, get everything ready, warmed up. I hope I'm going to get a good sleep. Still dealing a little bit with the jet lag, 9 hours, it's quite a lot. But yeah, just doing what we are used to do and should be good. Yeah, not really working out the body. Body knows what to do. Muscles are ready. Just like mobilization things, like moving the body, like every part of the body to be really ready when you go for the first run. If I'm able to clear my mind, to just to ski like with free mind, then I'm gonna be so dangerous, Yeah, but depends on the conditions. Everything have to fit. The equipment, the whole technique, everything how it works like on a hard snow and not on the slushy, soft power skiing snow. So it's like comparing to Formula 1. If you put a Formula 1 car to an off-road track, that doesn't really work. And I feel it in the same view. And I'm really looking forward to it, to find a hard firm snow and to show what I can do and to have fun, That's the most thing what I like when it really works. It's fun, and it's this feeling where you really get excited and motivated.
It's sunny. We had some rest yesterday, so now I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I think Aspen was great. I think I skied well. I made a tactical mistake the last day and tried to undercut the line, which hurt a lot when I crashed. But I think it was a good race, and it it was really well put on, and so we'll see what happens here today. Yeah, Aspen and Bear Valley, they're just different. Aspen is a little bit flatter. Here it's steeper and some more rolls, but everything is difficult in its own way. It's difficult to make speed in Aspen, and here obviously it's a little bit more intense because it's steeper.
Long day yesterday. I'm happy with the second. Obviously, when you're in the final, you want to win. So bittersweet, but overall, I'm trying to take the positives, take the second place back on the podium, and long day, tricky conditions, and I think today I'm just gonna try to find more how much risk do I need to take at what position, at what situation in the race. Don't take too much, don't take too little. Just trying to walk that fine line of the perfect balance.
Honestly, I had a great time. I don't know. I definitely skied worse. With the temperatures and everything, I think they did a great job preparing the hill, and it was actually nice and firm. Yes, okay, because it was a little warmer. Certain spots were a little grooved out, or there was a hole here and there, but nothing too crazy. It was actually very good. The skis were working. You could really push. It was more challenging with the visibility yesterday. That would be, I think, was more of an issue. But again, maybe, it really depends on the equipment you're on. Maybe some had problems because the skis were not responding the way they wanted, so.
Well, the conditions looked rough, especially with the snowstorm that came in, but the snow was really great. I would say a lot better than Aspen, so racing in the conditions wasn't a big problem. It was for sure cold and a long day, but the snow was great.
Yeah, GS, I haven't skied on GS skis in a while, and so qualifying was a little bit different than slalom, but I think it felt good and the jumps were good, and just excited to get back on slalom today.
I would say, I love slalom skis. I skied a lot on slalom skis, so definitely I feel like I can handle them in any condition. Have a little more experience on my in camp, so I feel like, what I can bring to the table, compared to the young boys, is maybe some, that's difficult. I mean, they have the young body, so they have an advantage, but I definitely exactly know how to approach every condition that's gonna occur today, so I don't worry at all about it. Then, we feel we good.
I love slalom. I think I'm a better slalom skier than a GS skier. But of course it's different when we do this dual format. So, but I think the slalom today will fit me great.
Some work on the course. I think it looks good. It's gonna be tricky again, but it's the same for everyone. And you run both courses. That's the beauty of this format. And let's see who can deal with it the best.
Look at this. Like clockwork, right around the 1 o'clock hour, we are ready to rock and roll. It's going to be Christian Sovek on the red course. That's the right-hand side with the red gates looking up next to Squaw Valley boy Nico Montfort. So Montfort he snuck in because Max Axelrod, another Squaw Valley, Palisades Tahoe now it's called, had an accident yesterday.
Oh, trouble on the boot course side. All kinds of out of shape for Nico. Running away with it now is Christian Sovek. Across the line he will go. He'll get the maximum differential today, Uncle Lee, which is 8.85. So Caden starts and green. Out goes Kamelander with a smoking start. Left the rookie Norwegian behind. Out in front is Kamelander. He wasn't happy with his skiing yesterday, but he's back and fighting for slalom here. Down in the tuck they go across the line. It's going to be
that's
the
going to be
advantage
tight,
to Kamelander, 0.20.
Gruner from the Slovenian blue course. The German crossed on the red course off and getting at it.
So doors opening up, down the pitch they go. The German gets a little bit of a jump on Kuhner as they work their way into the top bump. Over the next jump, let's see how they handle this. This has been trouble for a lot of these athletes to try to get some good purchase on the ski coming down that steep pitch, but he's in good shape. Oh, big kind of trouble.
Nice
Caught that
save.
inside edge. Here comes Miha. Took advantage of that mistake that the German made. Today is going to be about not making mistakes.
Then you got Tyler Conrad, relative newcomer to this game out of Hemsedal, Norway, married to Ed Bernsen, who we'll see in the ladies' side of things.
0.85 for David Ketterer over Tyler Conrad, the rookie from Norway. take on their second run here in the round of 16. We'll narrow it to 8. Once we finish this round, the women will start their first run of the round of 8 on course. So you saw his doors open early. That's because he had a 0.85 advantage over Montfort. So it's Sobek.
Hang in there.
Going
switch into the fourth gate. Yeah. No extra points for that, but he's okay.
Champion from yesterday, Sobek. Christian Sobek. Bagier came out on top with a big 0.87 advantage for the Frenchman. So his door's open. You got to put your foot in the rut. A little bit of bobble there. Here comes Christensen trying to put the pressure on, but he's needed about a gate to pick up a 0.7. Bagier heading for the finish line
it's
first.
Come down to it, Kev.
Ooh, Christensen turns it around on him at the bottom by 0.020.
I was inspired by Nick down here last turn. Dude, he made him so much time doing the same thing. It's setting up those first 2 turns coming off the last jump and then being in a good spot to let it run.
What's the differential, Kev?
So Simone carries a 0.207 advantage. Out on track he goes, so quick, so powerful out of the jump. Oh, hooks an arm on the very first gate. His Camelander, but he spins around. Oh, he hooked his tip.
Oh, it went through.
He hooked his tip, went through. It wasn't his arm.
Yeah,
so he knew at that point that was a DQ.
It will be Joachim Milde advancing on to the next round. Let's go on. It's Michael Ankeny and Jack Shibley. Ankeny on the blue course, Shibley on the red course. What's the differential, Kev?
So these guys went back and forth. Ankeny had the advantage for quite a time, but then Jack Shibley closed the gap on Ankeny. Ankeny holds a 0.045 advantage. Taken away on this one. Over the bottom jump goes Ankeny. Looks like it's going to be all Ankeny into the quarterfinals to face forecheck. Goes the Joker, Michael Ankeny. Kuhner holds the 0.391. His doors open first. Out on track he goes. Over the rookie from Germany, Roman Frost, and down the pitch, it's Miha. So Miha's feeling some pressure now. Roman Frost, the rookie German, trying to close the gap off the second jump. It's Frost right there alongside Miha.
He is
Kuhner
right.
touches down. Here comes Frost on the blue course side. Who's going to cross first? Looks like Miha.
What do you see?
So the winner is Frost, 0.02626, 100ths of a second. So Ketterer with that kind of advantage. He's going to ski conservatively, try to save some energy. So a long day to win a pro race, like 8 runs. Ketterer is going to move into the quarterfinals to face the rookie from Germany, Roman Frost.
CB Sports is a vintage ski brand that was very popular in the 80s and 90s, created by CB Vaughn, and we are fortunate enough to be able to relaunch that brand into the market in 2022.
CB Sports is basically a retro vintage brand from the past being brought into the present. It's got great designs, lines, and features. It's a great old outerwear brand that's made new.
As the founders of Surefoot, Bob and Russ Shea are obsessed with creating the perfect ski boot for you because they know that a properly fitted custom ski boot will make you a better skier, whatever level you're at. At Surefoot, they've developed a process that guarantees the perfect fit for each customer, and of course, they are obsessed with the process.
We have 300 experts in Surefoot on the world that all use the exact same process.
Surefoot, better fitting, better skiing.
A car like this shouldn't exist. Something this big, this luxurious, shouldn't move like a Mazda. And yet, it does.
Oh my God, it sounds epic as well. This car is an SUV with bragging rights.
The 3-row Mazda CX-90.
For more than half a century, Seiko has been supporting athletes in their efforts to be the best. Now, we want to bring this reliable technology to anyone striving for a goal. Because we understand, a split second can change everything. Keep going forward. Prospex.
My 4th year, I think. Maybe I've skipped one or actually tops one per season because of the work, but otherwise I'm pretty regular customer. So I'm a head women's U18 coach and Alpine director at Killington Mountain School. I used to race World Cups for Slovenia, where I come from. I was on a national team. My racing path led me to go to college, to the Faculty of Sports at the University of Ljubljana, just pretty deliberately and directly to become a coach. And now I'm practicing that. I love it. I mean, actually, there's many layers to this. Okay, I love racing, yes, but the way my path was when I was a racer, it was very strange. Actually, I struggled a lot. I made it very late. It was actually so late that it wasn't considered that you made it anymore, which was a bummer. But it made me believe that one can change, and you know, if you do the right things, if the training is correct, you can really do a lot of good things in sports in general, not just alpine skiing. I regularly come to these races and put maybe some of my preaching to practice, or I test some things out myself. I love it. I cannot tell you how important this is to me. I like to be in a position where I have to get into the athlete's shoes. So in order to help them, I have to understand them first, and it's maybe the best part of my job. Things change, like they really change quickly, and in let's say in our sport, the equipment, course settings. So I like to experiment a little bit and see what works, what doesn't. It just expands my horizon, my coaching horizon, and for that I need the environment. I can't necessarily do that always on my own. And again, the racing is such a mental thing. I cannot recreate that on a training day. Very difficult to recreate that. So it's good to be in this environment to experiment. I like the competition. I like the head-to-head format. Just a little different than what ski racing usually is. It brings another additional stress, or just a different stress to the game, I would say. The best way to describe it, in my opinion, is the timing. Timing is crucial. It's all there is, right? But if you're a little tense, there's a tendency that you're going to make mistakes, and you have to actually respond to that with real focus and be relaxed and do your thing and trust the line and the whatever you have in mind, and it will work. But it can quickly, round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, it becomes intense. So it really depends on maybe sometimes a mistake that one does, and someone's just a little more lucky, or the other one just keeps a cooler mind, and that's a great aspect to it, which would translate to regular alpine skiing very nicely. I think athletes would benefit from a little bit of exposure, training, racing like this, precisely because of the mental aspect of it, where you have to execute the game plan without being thrown off. Sometimes athletes do too much. They want to go too much. And then it's mistake after mistake. You can see it. But the better ones, the good skiers, they're fluid, they know what they're doing, and the race is long, and yeah, you have to be consistent.
Ooh, I'm looking up and I see the ponytail, the red of Erin Milzinski, the Canadian 4-time Olympian.
She's just got such a great touch. She's always in balance, really smooth, really clean. So let's see how the ladies handle this tough track. It's going to be Milzinski across the finish line with a maximum differential.
Tegan Wohl, impressed with her skiing in Aspen. Let's see what she has going on here at Bear.
Wohl with a strong start, gets the jump on Riesen. Down the pitch they go. Off the bottom jump on the blue course. And leading right now, Riesen from Norway crosses the line first with the advantage.
Caitlin Harsh, who had a little bit of success yesterday, making it to the round of 16 in the open division. And Hedda Berntsen, she is on the red course from Hemsedal, Norway. At 47 years young, a lifetime of experience on skis.
Harsh skis it clean. Berntsen troubles. She drops low, misses set gate after the jump. So going to be a 0.85 advantage going to Harsh in their first run. They'll go back to the top and switch courses.
Gates open first for Milzinski. The Canadians are on course.
So Milzinski kind of bounces through that second turn, losing that outside ski, and head for the finish line. Into the quarterfinals will Erin Milzinski over Michaela O'Brien. Henrietta on the red with that advantage built in the start doors. right there, things get crazy.
Oh, so wide.
Wide there. She came in underneath that first gate, but shot her out. 165 slalom skis, you give it a lot of energy, it'll spit you right out. She handled it though. She's going to win the run and move into the quarterfinals to face off against Erin Milzinski. And is Bailey doing a good job to try to keep in touch with Norby as they head to the bottom jump. It's your former tour champion, Tove Norby, with the win into the quarterfinals. See how Harsh handles it.
Yep.
Big .85 built into the opening of the doors. Nice groove starting to form up there. A couple places. A little bit. Oh boy,
Nice
that caught her
save.
outside.
Oh,
No!
Shanaki
No!
Mamacita.
Oh, it's going to be Hedda Bernstein moving into the quarterfinals with that costly mistake. Just one little bounce of the ski. She lost the pressure on an outside ski just for a moment, dropped low.
That's the
She
nature.
bounced out.
Yeah.
Such a great competitor, big smile on her face still. And here we go. Doors open up simultaneously in the first of two runs of the round of 8. Sovek, your defending champion and tour leader, out in front. Does a quick stivvy. Upper body goes one way, skis went the other. He's maintaining the lead, still off the bottom jump. It's Sovek touching down first. Into the finish line is going to be Sovek crossing first, a narrow margin.
Off and running. Here we go.
Ankeny gets the jump on him coming out of the start. Not that much of one, but Ankeny does have a little bit of an edge. Forecheck loses his outside ski there at the top. Out in front in a big way as he grabs the bullet. Over forecheck at the line. Red, Ketterer blue, out on track they go. Let's see who's got the touch on this Sierra snow today. Frost doing a good job staying ahead of Ketterer now over the second jump. Here's where things get crazy. Frost hangs on. Here comes Ketterer starting to pull alongside, getting a little bit low out in the soft snow, but Ketterer picking up the momentum. It's Ketterer now with the advantage. They head for the finish line. It's going to be Ketterer first at the line. Ketterer wins it by .129 for Ketterer in their first of two runs.
Here goes the drop of the wand.
What does Christensen have for Sovek when he got that jump and that advantage after the first run with a 199? Christensen staying clean at the top of the turn. Sovek's going to coast this one in for the win and move into the semifinals. So Ankeny with the win in Aspen on day number 2. Ankeny, the only American left on the field. Let's see what he's got out front with that .85 forecheck. Seems to have a little bit struggle to find the touch on the snow today as Ankeny took advantage of that in the first run. Ankeny out in front. Let's see how he handles the jumps here. Ankeny touches down, still out in front. Ankeny, oh, twisted big time as Ankeny. Forecheck starting to close the gap on the blue course side. Ankeny starts to stabilize things. Ankeny gets it done here. Across the line he goes. And into the semifinals goes the American Michael Ankeny. Look at each other, go, whoa, man, that's a wild ride, huh?
Advantage by .129 by Ketterer. His is going to open a fraction earlier, off and running.
Out he goes. So we know the course is tricky on the red side after that second jump. Ketterer holds on to the advantage. Ketterer stretches it out now. It's all David Ketterer, last year's champion here. Across the line he goes and into the semifinals to face off against Michael Ankeny.
So Aspen was my first ever World Pro Ski Tour race, and it was so fun to just go there and for the first time do the start and meet all the girls and guys on tour, and yeah, it was really fun. I was like super slow after the start and it was like a shock for me with the jumps, but I think I got faster and faster throughout the few days. And then I went to Norway, and me and Tyler, my husband, he's also here now, we've been training. So I feel more prepared for today, sure. So my life outside of skiing is, so my husband Tyler, he's also racing. So we have like a house in the mountains and he works there in the winter, and then we have a house on the ocean, so we stay like the whole summer there, and that's where my university is. So I have like a normal university job where I teach students and I advise them, and I grade papers and that whole thing. So that's kind of like hard work. And work is interesting. It's like my students are motivated, my colleagues are super nice, but it's like there is no stoke. People are just very flat. So I just really miss the ski racing community where it's everyone is super happy to go out and go there, battle, inspect, race, man on man, come down. There's so much energy and excitement, and yeah, it's just super fun to go and connect with friends and family and do the race, of course. So the short recap of my skiing career is I went to Middlebury College right after high school. So I raced there for 4 years, and that was amazing, really, really fun. And then I went directly from that, I went into the Norwegian national team and made the World Cup team. Went on tour with the Norwegian Alpine team, really fun. Got the medal at the World Championships in 2001. And then I did, after like a couple of years on the tour, I switched to skier cross. Went to the X Games a few times, did the World Cup for like 8 years. Yeah, so that was really fun. And then I retired in 2014, so that's like 10 years ago. Yeah, then I did my PhD in sports psychology, and I'll be working at the university and being like really focused on work. And I just like really, really miss racing. I have always wanted to do the Pro Tour, and then when I saw that it was back on like 2 years ago when Tuva won in Aspen and know her a little bit, I was like, ooh, that looks so fun. And then I started like having the idea that maybe I could do like an appearance, but of course there is like, yeah, I'm a bit older and people are like, it's not possible, but I decided just to like not listen to negative pessimists and go like, it is possible. The what's possible game is a much more fun game than what's not possible. So yeah, I tried to do that a lot. The experience is like, this is just what I expected or even better. It's like everyone is so nice, like all the girls and guys on the tour and everyone working the tour. It's like, it just seems like it's like a really like tight-knit community where people are here and having fun, and it's more relaxed maybe than the World Cup where it's like, you know, it snows, it gets a little delayed, and it's just part of the game. It gets rough, maybe some rocks, you have to like move a gate. But it's like, the main thing is that like people are here and they're all like, they love skiing and that's why they're here. And so it's just really fun to kind of like be back out there, and I'm working 50% this semester so that I can like do the World Pro Tour, because it's like, it's kind of like now or never. I understand that like I do get older, so at some point I will fall off the cliff, but I'll hold on as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, everyone worked really hard on the hill today. It's definitely bumpy. I think everyone feels it in their legs, but we're just trying to stay as solid as possible and make a great race.
Here we go. Doors open up. Oh,
strong kick.
Ninski gets the jump on the rookie. You never win a race in the steeps, Uncle Lee, but you sure can lose them.
Yeah, well said, well said. Milzinski, that's like butter right there. That was smooth.
I didn't qualify in Taos, but I qualified here, so it's way more fun to participate and be here.
Reason's got the challenge on the red course side. Not to say that the blue one isn't equally as challenged, but out on track goes your defending tour champion, Erin Milzinski.
Watch the smoothness of Erin Milzinski. She's got hints of the great Michaela Schifrin, just really focused, nice low center of gravity, separating the upper body from the lower body, hands out in front.
It's got it control. It's going to be, once again, moving in to the finals, Erin Milzinski.
Tuva, you are going from strength to strength this season.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be in the top 4 again. You never know, and like you saw in the top 8, like anything can happen in every matchup.
You have to commit at the start, and you have to stick to your strategy with being tactical after the jump, because it gets on you so quickly.
The lights go yellow to go green. She looks back at her tails of her skis and gets the jump with all the years of experience on the Pro Tour. Your tour champion 2 years ago. Berntsen not letting her get away though, charging down the pitch into the bottom bump and into the flats. It's going to be Norby grabbing her bullet, crossing the finish line. Looks like she's going to have the max differential handed out there. 0.85 for Tuva Norby.
Now it's just to like really get aggressive and like ski the grooves.
Here we go. So Norby with that strong advantage again, a 0.85 from former tour champion. And a nice touch for the snow. Small, compact, good feel, but it's all Tuva Norby to move into the finals to face off against Erin Milzinski, 2 tour champions in the finals here at Bear Valley.
Forgot to do this yesterday. Go deep, hit the ruts, not crash.
And we're going up against Alex, who's having his first World Pro Ski Tour race experience today. Alex, how are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying a lot. It's a really fun contest, and hopefully now I can do some good skiing to keep enjoying.
Super steep up there. TV does not do it justice. Ooh, a lot of bouncing going on up there for Sovek. He's so powerful. Just puts the ski back down and stands on it. Keeps accelerating. But here comes Tassis right alongside Sovek now. Down. Oh, he hooks a tip. Down he goes. Tough break there Oh, he was making a move, just went too straight, hooked that tip, and it was over.
You were giving him all sorts of energy, Clarky, right there. He was coming back. He was about a half a gate behind. He just full throttled it, and the gate just took his ski.
I'm just getting more and more comfortable in the conditions, and I feel like I'm getting better for every run. Me and Alex had a close one yesterday, so I'm looking forward to the next round.
Goes gates open way ahead of time for Sovek, and here comes Casillas on the red course.
Casillas was making a really good attack on Sovek that last run when he hooked the tip off that second jump. Tough break for him. Got his work cut out for him. Here comes Casillas trying everything he can, hoping for a mistake out of Sovek. Not going to happen today. He touches down off the bottom bump, and into the finals goes your tour leader, Christian Sovek.
Well, I had an early exit, so got a little more energy than the rest of these guys do. I was skiing well yesterday, just found a snow snake in the middle of the course that took me down. A little sore after the tumble, but it's all about, like Christian said, finding your groove, getting a little better each run.
I think Feather Duster is basically made for pro tour skiing. It's got steep, flat jump, and then flat to the finish. I think it's great for the spectators, it's great for the skiers, it's demanding. I like it a lot.
Ankeny on the red course side gets a little bit of jump on Ketterer, if any, down the pitch they go. Ketterer and Ankeny head to head. Looks like Ketterer starting to make a move on the blue side. Over the jump they go. It's Ankeny losing that uphill ski, starting to chatter away. Ketterer taking advantage of that, starting to pull away in the first of two runs. Ketterer with the lead, into the finish he will go, taking the win, his advantage. 0.67 for David Ketterer.
Yeah, it's getting challenging.
Right now, out he goes. Here comes Michael Ankeny in chase. Ketterer needs to ski it clean and smart, not make any mistakes. Ankeny a little bit gassed after that last run. Ankeny all over the place, in big trouble on the blue course side. Tries to settle back in over the next jump. This is where things get tricky on both these courses. Ketterer out front. Look at the drone hanging in the air there, watching Ketterer get out. Ankeny goes out. It's going to be David Ketterer, winner last year, into the finals. Does he have what it takes to beat Sovek?
Same situation as yesterday. Sovek and Ketterer into the finals once again.
Welcome to Taos, a place guided by our fierce independence and confluence of cultures, and further emboldened by our connection to Mother Nature. A place that challenges itself to be better, not bigger, to preserve the essence of winter. From electrifying our fleet to improving the health of our forests, we strive to be better for the good.
We're not supposed to be out here. Outside expectations. Built for the outdoors. With the capability to climb this high, we're not supposed to be out here. Which is exactly why we are. The off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders.
The best nights start with Jägermeister. Made with 56 botanicals. Always served ice cold.
Take a miracle to come back from this. Heartbreaking end to the season. But what's this?
For the moments when anticipation
Clock's counting down. 5 seconds. 3, 2,
becomes celebration. Jägermeister. Meister the moment.
Hey, my name is Tyler Conrad. First World Pro Ski Tour. Very excited to be here. We got a very challenging hill, but I'm 45 years old, so racing against these young bucks, it's quite a challenge, and it's so many amazing skiers here. So I'm just trying to do my best, stay on my feet, and go as clean as I possibly can. Yeah, so Hedda and I, in Norway, we love to train a lot, and so we're kind of training partners, and I'm / her coach as well, but I can't let her have all the fun, so I like to get in there and hit the plastic as well. And yeah, we traveled all the way from Norway to come here for the race yesterday. Yeah, so I grew up ski racing, Mount Snow, and then I went to high school at Burke Mountain Academy, and then once I finished with Burke Mountain Academy, I went to Middlebury College, and that was pretty much the end of my ski racing career. My parents were kind of said, enough is enough, it's time for you to get a job. And then after that, I skied in Salt Lake at Snowbird for about 10 years, and then coached at Berkshire East for 4 years before meeting up with Hedda, and then she took me to Norway, and I've been in Norway for about the past 6 years. And that's kind of short life history. So I work at Ski Star Hemsedal, and I work in this department called Arena. So I set up all the courses. I'm in charge of all the racing at the ski area. So that's kind of my main job there. But we have the ability to train more or less whatever we want. And if there's snow, then it's great to go free skiing. But then a lot of times it's really icy and hard. So then we smack the plastic and train the gates. So we just try to take advantage of whatever the best conditions are. Yeah, I love ski racing in general. Because I grew up ski racing, it's kind of my passion. It's just fun. I think it's kind of the fundamentals of skiing overall. And you can say a lot about park and jumping and stuff, but I think like the true essence of skiing is through ski racing, because then you hone your technique to be able to handle anything. For me, it's just to go out of the gate and not really think about anything at all. It's hard to kind of describe. There's no like real mental twitch. It's more just once I kind of push out and get in, and I have like a couple keywords like stay forward, stay ahead of it, and I just keep repeating that, and then I just kind of focus into the zone basically. It's all the you in the mountain. I mean, here we are racing head to head, so it is what it is, but you still just like, if you're gonna get distracted, then you will go into your conscious mind and you're like, oh, the person's in front of me and whatnot. So you just have to focus on what's ahead of you, and just the chips will lay as they fall, basically. I crashed yesterday, so it kind of hurt my hand and my knee's a little sore, so we'll see how it goes today. But it was done the last pitch here. I hooked my arm in the gate, and then it almost spun me around, but I banged my knuckles. It's part of ski racing. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. So there we go.
My first year with sports insurance. Yeah, sports insurance, they support us any way they can. So, I mean, they're getting the women's race on today, which is super important because it wasn't going to happen without sports insurance. And so I think they're a super important factor to women's racing.
Yeah, I mean, sports insurance, they back us all the way, and they really support women's sport, and I'm really passionate about supporting women's sport, and not just for me, but for the future, to show girls that they can stay in sport and what it can do for them. And so for sports insurance to come in and really back that and support that, for me, I'm really proud to wear their bib and wear their hat, and they're an amazing company. So I can't say enough good things. So today was really cool to race with them on our bib.
Yeah, and they're super supportive, and they listen to us, and yeah, I mean, we had a Zoom call, you know, like they're here for everything we have to say, and we're here for everything they have to say. Us four girls, we try to travel together, we coordinate together, and we try to spend time with each other outside of the races as well when we can, because I mean, we have Tuva, who's in Aspen, Caitlin, who's in Boulder, I'm in Denver, and Erin's in Calgary, so we're very cohesive.
And now we're ready for the small final. It's going to be Miss Hedda Berntsen from Norway against Henriette Ressen from Norway. They're going to get 2 goes at it, as we've seen all day long.
Berntsen over on the blue course side. Here comes Berntsen. This is a good even battle for 3rd and 4th. Who can handle the pitch is so important to get those skis down early. It's Henriette Ressen with the advantage. Going to cross the finish line, looks like with a max differential of a .85.
I just have to get comfortable with the ruts, but I think I'm getting there. It's all timing over the jumps, you know. It's very crazy.
Clock starts ticking early for Ressen with that .85 advantage. The doors will open up, and out on track she goes. And it's going to be Henriette Ressen at the finish line with the win in the consolation round, 3rd place.
Michael Ankeny, he's on the blue course. Over on the red-hand side, you're looking at a newcomer to the game, Alex Puente Tacias. Let's lay out and let the race and speak for itself.
Good even start by both these guys. jumping into the top pitch, keeping that pressure at the top of the turn. Ankeny touches down with a little bit of an edge on the blue course. Let's see how they fight through the midsection here. Ankeny, all kinds of trouble, sticks it on the inside ski. Ankeny out in front, the first of 2 runs. The American touching down with the lead into the tuck they go. He's thinking, man, I don't know how I pulled that one off. Look at him, he is just spent on that run.
He got bucked into the backseat right there, corner.
Okay, here we go. Alex Zayas and Michael Ankeny coming out on track. Ankeny with the win after the first run. Touching down. Ankeny out in front.
That light got flat, didn't
Alex
it?
is really sideways up there in a second jump off the top bump. It's the American Michael Ankeny with the advantage coming to the finish. Across the line he goes. It's Ankeny in third place.
Did you see Zayas? He was putting it. There was another gate and a half there. He might have had Ankeny there.
I think just be solid. Try not to make mistakes, and then we'll see. Today's one of those days. Just kind of you see what happens.
My strategy is to stick with it, try to beat Erin. And the good news is that there's sports insurance on first and second. So
yeah,
it's great.
First of 2 runs in the ladies' final, sports insurance style.
Out on track, good even start by both these pros, dropping down the pitch. Milzinski starting to pull away, finding her groove now, making it look smooth and easy, making the transition from ski to ski clean. Milzinski out in front with 2 to go, winning the first run. We'll let the clock tell the story. Across the line she goes. Milzinski with the advantage of a .607.
Yeah, it really is. After the second jump, it's hard to really get it back into the rhythm in the blue one. But you just have to stick with it. And I think we're at altitude because I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, sportsinsurance.com is supporting 4 of us women here, and we have the classic sports insurance race here today. And so we're really thankful that they're supporting women's racing. I mean, we want to keep seeing girls racing and in sport, and it makes me really happy and proud to represent them here today.
Over the bottom, middle jump to go. This is where things get tricky on both these courses. Bouncing through that hole goes Milzinski. In control, off goes Tuva Norbe. It's Erin Milzinski to the top step of the podium. Once again here in Bear Valley, the Canadian Erin Milzinski looks back up the hill for Tuva Norbe, waving to the crowd. Yep. Milzinski the winner.
It's challenging. Some gates are holding up pretty well, some gates are a little deeper. So you got to find solutions for those tricky situations in the course, and you want to take risk, but not too much risk, and that's basically probably the recipe.
Down the pitch they go. Sobek losing outside ski there for second. Ketterer right there with him into the first bump. Can Ketterer upset Sobek today? The first of 2 runs in the finals. This is where things get crazy. Ketterer's out front now. Strong, clean at the top of the turn. It's Ketterer. Sobek trying to catch up. Get out in the soft snow. Ketterer takes advantage of that off the blue jump. On the bottom, it's Ketterer going to win this one with a good margin across the line. Goes Ketterer with the win of a .736.
It's been crazy 2 days, and hopefully I can put down some fast skiing in the last 2 runs.
Out on track goes Ketterer. Who can put this together without making any mistakes? Ketterer smooth. Good edge angle, top of the turn. Oh, Sobek in trouble. Out he goes. We don't like to see it end like that. David Ketterer looks over his shoulder, finally realizes he's by himself. Ketterer with the win today. Unbelievable skiing for David Ketterer. Good battle between these 2.
Yeah, so Ketterer and Sobek swapping positions from yesterday. Equal money for those 2.
CB Sports is a vintage ski brand that was very popular in the 80s and 90s, created by C.V. Vaughn, and we are fortunate enough to be able to relaunch that brand into the market in 2022.
CB Sports is basically a retro vintage brand from the past being brought into the present. It's got great designs, lines, and features. It's a great old outerwear brand that's made new.
For more than half a century, Seiko has been supporting athletes in their efforts to be the best. Now, we want to bring this reliable technology to anyone striving for a goal. Because we understand, a split second can change everything. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Welcome to Taos, a place guided by our fierce independence and confluence of cultures, and further emboldened by our connection to Mother Nature. A place that challenges itself to be better, not bigger, to preserve the essence of winter. From electrifying our fleet to improving the health of our forests, we strive to be better for the good.
So good.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Old guys still have it, huh?
It's really good team. You were really good in the
semi-final.
before.
Well, they tried to first 4 stay high, and then
They were always really good in that section.
Yeah, it feels great to win today. Obviously the money's great. It was definitely a hard race. It was bumpy and it was difficult, and I pulled out all the stops to get there today, so it was an exciting day.
In 4th place, Hedda Bernstein. Hedda, come on out to the corral. That's you, girl. Congratulations. And then in 3rd place today, Henrietta Reason. Henrietta, come on out to the corral. Big smile on her face. And 2 years ago, your tour champion, Tove Norbe, in 2nd place. Your defending tour champion, number 1 today, the Canadian Aaron Milzinski. Let's start with the men now. The Spaniard, a new rookie on tour, joining us here, Alex Tassis. Come on out, Alex. From the United States, Michael Ankeny. He had a Buck Hill. And then your champion from yesterday, your tour leader, Christian Sovek. All right, in the number 1 spot. He doubled that last weekend, but he's going to have to be satisfied with it today in the slalom. David Ketterer skiing for Mazda. So tell us about the snow today. It looked like there was, it was a challenge to find that right touch. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone felt like a rock star today. It was all about making the fewest mistakes possible and standing on your ski and tightening your core, and it was for sure tactical. So it was technique, but tactics today, so it made it really interesting for everyone, I think.
Yeah, unbelievable. In the morning, I had no expectation of even making it to the semis. The body's pretty beat up from yesterday, but I think the worse the snow gets, it's maybe better for me because I'm better on bad snow. So I started to find a pretty good strategy in the semis to just figure out which gates to ski smart and which gates to attack really hard, and that seemed to work really well.
Tim, come on up and you give the check to the ladies. There's that nice $10,000 check for Sports Insurance, the sportsinsurance.com Cup. And then it's ski legend Kyle Rasmussen. Big thanks to Kyle for helping us out here. So Aaron's got that nice Seiko watch. Berenstein with a big check for David Ketterer. Come on out, dude.
Terrible course. What am I going to do with the 10K? I have a lot of ideas.
We just bought a house, so mortgage. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah.
A car, or I have a second kid coming in a couple weeks, so that usually you don't have to worry about getting rid of money. That takes care of itself.
We're too boring. I'm going to pay my mortgage. I'm going to support my family.